Okay, guys, I had just made a video that was about 34 minutes and 43 seconds long, but YouTube added one more minute, so it made the timestamp 34:44. But that number 34:43 was actually significant to me because on the obituary picture, they used my grandmother's photo when she went to the Bahamas with my granddad. And there's this taxi driver that said there's something about her eyes because my grandma, she was a seer. And excuse me, people always were attracted and drawn to her eyes. And after she passed away, I remember my mom telling me at 12:12, might I add, that someone called and asked if they wanted to donate my grandmother's eyes, and she claims that she said no. I don't want y'all to donate her eyes, because it just seemed kind of like adding on to the trauma. At least my mom told me that she said no, but I don't know for sure if she did. And I just thought the fact that she thought to tell me and the timestamp of when they called, because that wasn't something my mom did. I just thought it was strange that that was the first time ever she said anything like that. And sorry, I'm still kind of getting over the cold, and my voice isn't as raspy as it was earlier today, but still kind of raspy. A lot clearer though. But it was just strange because one of my grandmother's favorite scriptures was this Proverbs. She told me to read that scripture. Lean not on your own understanding. Trust in God with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Acknowledge Him. Yeah, trust in the Lord. And that was one of the main Bible scriptures that my grandmother had me read because sometimes she saw I was pretty feisty and ready to fly off the handle when people did stupid things. She's the one who helped me learn a little bit more patience when it came to situations dealing with people who did idiotic things just to try to get under my skin. I was going to show them and give it to them what they weren't expecting, what they were asking for. So even when I was pregnant, it was real bad, y'all. Because there's a Hispanic dude who kept really effing with me. Um, like I was kind of dating him, but his daughters was not taking a liking to that because they saw how he was treating me, and so they were getting jealous. Like you treating this black bitch, you're giving her your money and shit. That's why I can't stand them type of motherfuckers. Because I'm like, y'all niggas is acting like it's such a big deal, but then have the audacity to call y'all self a nigga like you black, but then can't stand black people. Like, what sense does that make? That's the most retarded shit I ever heard or seen. But then you'll see those Hispanic women get with black men. That's the funny part to me. Um, and black men trying to flock to their ass too. And I ain't saying it on no haterade shit like I'm jealous. The hell if I am. I'm just calling out the stupidity that a lot of people see themselves, and maybe some didn't realize. But if when me call with me saying it, it's like they will agree. Of course, there'll be some people that have their 2 cents and their disagreement. You can do that. That's fine with me. But anyway, that ain't what this about. I just added that in real quick. But as you can see, it's the same um, video from Divine Clarity down there from the other video I had just posted about seeing a celebrity in the store in 2022. The guy from this movie, at least he resembled so much, and he just stood there. He looked like it's like he knew that I saw him, and he stood there and waited to see if I was going to come in there, and I almost did. I literally almost walked over to that guy and said, "Hey, aren't you the guy?" But then the way how I was and I was riding on a bike, I thought he'll be like, "Get out of my face." Because you know how people, they judge you how you look at a time. Like if you don't look like you're somebody worth talking to, like if you're not dressed like you're some sort of very important person, then they don't want to waste their time talking to you, or they shun you off, especially suburban type people that are stuck up and think they're rich and that they're better than other people that look like they're poor but sometimes have a more rich pure heart and more money than they would have expected for that person to have, but they're judging them off their looks, deceiving themselves. But Sorry, my screen keeps going black when I wasn't paying attention. I was doing something else really quick, but something I want. That's all I wanted to show is how this was another sign of something that was pertaining to me when I one day woke up and this movie happened to be the movie playing like shortly, like a week or two before my grandmother passed away, after it was spoken about in a reading that somebody, like a mature woman, an older woman, was going to pass away within 2 weeks, and that's exactly what happened. And some people, they take that as thinking that tarot cards curse people's lives. Only when the people are speaking ill shit over you, that's when it's cursing your life. But a lot of the times it's actually revealing the truth, and sometimes people don't want to face that truth, and that's why they say it's because I saw a video of a woman saying like it curses your life. In a way it can, and I'll talk about that in another video. Some people, the dark witches, they can use tarot cards and try to curse people and curse your life. You could do the same thing with voodoo. You don't even need no damn cards. Shit. So, sometimes people take stuff out of context. And yeah, but anyways, because I seen it before, how actually this video down here with this woman is a woman. In a way, it seemed like she cursed me, but it was something that my family, it's like I just know my family has something to do with that. But it was something, not, I don't want to say my family, but maybe I'll talk about this. It was something that Divine Clarity said back in 2022. I don't know if her channel was called Divine Clarity at that time, because I couldn't remember her name. And I used to listen to some of these readings while I was riding my bike for some miles, getting messages while I'm riding around the town, riding through the city. But I remember she said something about, oh, this girl, she had pride, so she had to move back in with her parents. And my mom was dead already. She died already, unfortunately. And I was in that family promise shelter, which was a hotel room, but they call it the shelter because it was a shelter program. But they pay for hotel rooms for people to stay at for 3 months, and then you're out of there. But anyways, that lady, she said that, but it was meant for me to go back to my parents' house, but not for the reason that she said in this reading. It was like a spiritual manipulation. They wanted me to think that I was supposed to go back to my parent house because I was worthless and I was full of pride. And so guess what happened when I went back to my parent house that same day, which was our last day staying in that Beaverton hotel, the Pepper Tree Inn hotel. My dad said, you was full, pride comes before the fall. That's how I knew they had some shit. I was like, oh, hell no. And then when I started speaking the truth about some stuff that was going on, my dad was like, oh, get out of here. I'm not trying to hear that mess. He was acting like that. And it's the same thing my son's dad did. My baby's father did. And he definitely knew what the fuck was going on with me. So then to me, I took that as a clue. Like, these niggas that's acting like that and saying that shit, they know something more. That's what's going on. And they hate that I know the truth. So they trying to play it off and act like that I'm crazy and they don't want to hear it. But then, because it's funny, because they try to make you crazy. But then when you start telling the truth, then they try to call you crazy. When you're not crazy, and when you know the truth, then that's when they really try to play it off and act like you're crazy. I think you guys know what I'm trying to say. Like, at first you do be kind of crazy because you don't know what's going on, and you be crazy trusting they punk bitch ass. And then when you wake up and realize they the motherfuckers who's working against you, then that's when they want to try to call you crazy. You was smart at first because you was actually being dumb, trusting they ass. In their eyes, they was glad that you was like that. But when you woke up and you became wise and aware to what was going on, then that's when they want to call you dumb. And then try to make you seem like you crazy and act like you're crazy because you're speaking the truth, and they're trying to do like reverse psychology on you. And I hate that shit. I really do. It's like a form of gaslighting. I hate that shit. I swear. Oh my God, is utterly disgusting. But she was right. I did have to move back. I didn't move back. That same day I went there is when I went back to my dad's house because my mom wasn't there no more. I saw all my mail stroll all over the place. So it was meant for me to go back, but my cards that I had at the time, I asked if I was supposed to get out of there, and it kept saying no. And I was trying to force it to, it kept saying yes, but I was trying to force it to say no, because I was like, why would I leave my dad's house? And when they're willingly letting us back in here, and I don't have anywhere else to go. But I stepped out on faith, and I got the F out of there. And boy, am I glad I did, because the behaviors, the stuff they were doing at the time, I'm not going to go into it right here, right now, but them motherfuckers was up to some shit. For real, for real. And they even, my brother and my dad both said, because I had freaked out when my son was taken out of my sight, and they was like, we ain't finna kidnap your kid. And the way they both said that shit, I'm like, I didn't say that, but I was just scared, because I'm like, wait, where you taking my son? Like, but I get it why they said that, but that's exactly what the fuck was going on while we were walking over there. And when I had left there, like, people were following us. Remember, I took on that another video, I said there was a white van that kept following us around with the license plate MAYA 13 on the back of it. Maya 13. That's all it kept saying. And I had a cousin named Maya from my Uncle Junior, and it was his girlfriend at the time. They broke up for some years, and now he's married to her, Miss Tammy. Their son is the guy who kept molesting me when I was like 5 or 6 years old, and I did not want it. And that's how his mom kept coming in there every night that my mom and them had me spending the night at his house, at my uncle and them house. And his name was Maya. I remember that. So that was like a sign for some reason. I don't know how I connected all that shit. It was by the grace of God. But those were like clues. For some reason, I intuitively knew somehow, some way, those things were connected. So that's why I'm sharing this shit. And that's why, and I'm speaking about these tarot card readings. It's funny how it's her particular reading that's down there. I ain't even watched it, but I see it there. And it was this particular woman. She might change her name. Um, I almost want to click on it so y'all can see who she is. But if you go to her video, you'll see who she is. Damn, because sometimes the readers, they change their names for some reason. Like, maybe they revamp, or somebody's still in their name, so they change it because people be trying to do scamming and stuff. But I don't know what that lady is. Armenian, Mediterranean, maybe Hispanic. I don't know what she is right now. Excuse me. I just wanted to share that stuff with you guys. Don't think it's too off the wall to think those type of things, because I did at once, and that's what drove me nuts the most. Is because the reality was, like they say, truth is stranger than fiction. That's exactly what the F it feels like when you find out the truth about who has been working against you the whole time, and how it sounds like too illogical and made up for it to be people at your workplace all fucking stalking you because they were paid in some kind of way, or bribed in some kind of way, whether it be with sex, drugs, money, or housing, free housing, or being able to not have to do their work. I think all they do is walk around, which just happened at my job FedEx, which I'm about to go quit because of that shit. I'm tired of it. Tomorrow morning, when it's fucking video, I'm going to fucking quit. That's what y'all niggas get, because I have got confirmation that they were on setup line. There was another setup that was waiting to happen. I already seen some off the wall shit the last time I walked up in that motherfucker. I'm really sorry. I was gonna let them fire me, but they ain't gonna fire me that easy, because they already know I would try to go file for unemployment. That's making it too easy for me, because then that's supplying me with some sort of income, additional income, and then I'm able to work from home, or do a business or something, like working for myself. And that's what they do not want. That's why they try to reduce my current benefits, and then try to give me more hours to work and reduce my tandem. For me having only 1 month, I worked and made a bunch of money when I had my sisters watching my son, and I was paying their ass. So I barely made as much money as I could have, because I was paying their motherfucking ass, because I know that and to keep them watching them, and keep everything copacetic. I can't say it. And be cordial. I was for the rest of my life. I don't want to be on government. They helping me. They pushing me forward. They thought it would have me stuck and trapped, but you actually motivated me. That's what's wrong with y'all. They was hoping that I wouldn't persevere. That's all. And the same thing, like what's happening to me, is what they try to do to y'all. They try to make sure you don't persevere. And that's why I wanted to make this video, because somebody in my comments, I'm so sorry I forgot to, I didn't get back to you yesterday. I'll do it maybe right when I get off of this video. No, maybe I'll say about maybe an hour after I get off this video, because something else I have to do real quick. But I want to make sure there's your name is currently Chief Tut. I did. I'm not ignoring you. I promise. Excuse me. It's that I wanted to get some information before I got back to you. That's all I really want to get into is like that scripture was my favorite, my grandma's favorite scripture to tell me to read. She said, make sure you always remember that. Lean not on your own understanding and acknowledge him in all your ways, and he will direct your paths. And a lot of times, actually, I didn't get it at first, but I kept doing it because I trusted my grandma. I valued her opinion because I loved her so much and I cared about her deeply, and I had a thought with her. And I knew she was a seer. There's been many times that she said something and it really did come true. She didn't have any cards. She would just close her eyes or she would just look upwards and think, and then she would speak about the situation and it would manifest or it would be right. Trusted her guidance. So I started doing that. I'm the one who even was wondering why was my grandma at one point putting so much trust in God when it seemed like he had left her hanging like Job. But she kept having faith. And because I witnessed that with her, that's what made me have a strong faith and desire. Well, I don't know I said desire, but a strong But yeah, other than that, I think I said everything that I needed to say. Um, I didn't think this video would wind up being as long as it is right now. Yeah, maybe I should click on this lady so you can see her. So in the future, you can know who I'm talking about. When people say it can curse you with these cards, not necessarily. Sometimes the messages be mixed up, or there be dark witches trying to speak shit over people's lives. Oh, they're not showing her face. She's not showing her face on these ones. On the other ones, she was. The first ones I had seen a few weeks ago. I don't usually follow too many readers that don't show their face once in a while, because some of the readers that didn't show their face, I found out they was being scamless. But also there's ones that are actually the truth and they don't show their face, and there's some that are scandalous that show their face all the time. Excuse me. So it can go either way, but she's not showing her face. But anyways, you hear her voice, so that's what matters. She used to show her face, but I think well, it was one of these I had seen where she actually showed her face. I was gonna show it. I don't have time to really. Well, I have time, but I don't want to take the time to go all the way through just to show a lady face on this mug. She used to show her face all the time, but probably some shit happened where she changed her mind. But I did recently see her face like last week on one of these videos, and oh yeah, there it goes. That's not the one it was, but it's this lady right here. She's pretty tapped in too with some stuff she said. She was telling the truth on some stuff that happened. Um, but I'm not necessarily too sure about her. I don't watch her often. like the green. Okay. So I don't. That's funny. That's a cool message. And gonna have you should. I used to like when she write this in her messages because she it was like she became hood on her titles. And gonna have you should. Oh, look at the cute doggy and cat. Anyways, guys, that's enough. Let me go back. I don't watch her all the time, but oh yeah, this was my mine. But yeah, I think that's it now. I'm laughing my ass off on there, but I think that's it, guys. It's just don't be afraid. And sometimes if some messages sound, you get mad as hell because you be like, "What the hell they mean? I'm gonna have to go back and stay with my parents." Sometimes it might be because there's some information you need to gather. And then you can leave because that same day, baby, I got the hell up out of there. I was woke for 2 days, walking around and sitting down at certain places because Hillsborough and Beaverton, they were more clean cities, so it wasn't a bunch of drug heads walking around. The people were nonetheless, I would say kind of normal, but I found out I was being gang stalked. People were just coming out the woodworks following me even at night when I used to go to the store. As soon as I come out the house, the next door neighbor, and it was a suburban neighborhood. So that's why I don't like the suburbs because it's more creepy there, I think. Because it'd be a nice neighborhood, but then you see some dude who look like he's an off-duty cop walking behind you, or a computer tech, Middle Eastern dark-skinned Dravidian motherfucker, East Indian nigga walking behind you as soon as you walk out your house. He walking all close up on your ass, like you only got about, they say 6 feet, right? He was at least 3 feet, if not 2 feet behind me, and he was walking, following me. I pulled the knife out in the neighborhood where I lived at with my parents, and he walked. He was just looking, and he walked the other way. I'm like, who does that? Soon as I come out, you come out too. That's when I knew some fuck shit was going on. I was like, nah, this ain't right. What the fuck? I didn't think it was gay stock. I just thought these people were idiots, or I thought they were being racist and that they were just following me because it wasn't really black people. Like, we was the only all black family with no mixed people, at least not half white, in that whole city. I was about to say whole neighborhood. It was a big ass coverage of neighborhood where we was the only family that was black or melanated that lived in that neighborhood that had a house built up. Our house was like the second or third house that was built. Excuse me. And then we were like the second family that moved into that neighborhood. The other family had a black male, of course, but he had a non-melanated fiance, and already mixed son that didn't even like the fiance. And we see why, because she was a gang stalking witch. And that's why I made the other video. That's what I was trying to get at. I'm glad I said that because it reminded me of the one of the other reasons why I made this video. um Anyways, really quick, I'm gonna finish saying is that we were the only black family in that neighborhood. So I thought the reason why they were being that way, following me around, is because they didn't want no niggas in they in their neighborhood. And that don't bother me, baby. I was like, well, too bad, because y'all ain't paying the rent, or you ain't paying the mortgage, and the house bills are nothing to tell us where we can live at, so you can kiss it. Please. And we will, the way my mom and the way part of our family was, we'll buck up right back against your ass if you come at us with that dumb racist dumbass shit. But because we weren't playing that. And plus, Oregon is a softy ass. They secretive with their racism. I was almost about to go back to Florida because at least they out in the open. You know where you stand with some of these people. They'll show you they don't like to fuck with Negroes. They don't want no black people over there. And that's fine by me because we don't want to be over there with y'all ugly ass anyways. Because the chances are, if you don't want us over there with you, we don't want to be over there with your ass. No way. That's my attitude anyway. I don't know about the rest of my family. Just like on one of those videos that it said, you can't sit here with us, and the other bitch was like, I don't fucking want to. I was like, that's right, baby. Well, anyways, y'all, so the part I was trying to get at is my son's kind of on the spectrum, guys, and I was as well. I think I still am. Was gonna go get um, evaluated for Asperger's, but one of the ladies at the doctor's office laughed at me. She thought it was a total joke. Don't you know some people that have autism are actually smart? I mean, intelligent to some degree. They're actually almost geniuses if they're not geniuses. So because I was able to articulate it, she thought I was playing with her. So she just started laughing. But it's part of the reason why I'm kind of a weirdo and I'm kind of awkward at times and different. And I'm kind of goofy and shit. And I found out that the things that my son is doing now, like the screaming that he does, this random, extremely high pitched squeal noise that sounds high pitched than a dolphin, I think. It's because of like some kids on the autistic spectrum do that. But my cards let me know he ain't gonna be doing that up until the age of 3. And I was like, thank you, God. I'm so thankful, man, because, but I found ways to like not have him too stimulated where he does that. Like when he's watching certain cartoons, he'll do that because it makes him overly sensitive, overly stimulated. He gets all super happy and then gets all jittery, and he sometimes starts shaking and jiggling his feet. He gets like extremely excited. I was that same way, but not as intense as he is. But so yeah, he'll grow out of it because I seen he made some progress. I mean, maybe not completely out of it, but enough to where he seems kind of normalish a little bit, kind of like I did. That's why that lady laughed when she thought I came up to her, a black lady, trying to say I had Asperger's. I had signs, but she kind of made fun of me. That wasn't a very nice lady. And I told some people about that. They didn't like that either. Now the lady was laughing at me instead of taking it serious. It probably was just funny to her. She thought I was joking. I wasn't. But yeah, the last part before I turn this off is I wanted to show you guys. I had it in the comments section. I mean, in the description box. Oh yeah, this is the part I was trying to say. I didn't get to say this part, but I said what I meant to say about the OG pimp in Portland's mixed son was, excuse me, who was talking crap about me, smearing my name and character to his dad about me so that his dad could stop helping me. And another thing is, this guy didn't even freaking know me. At least as far as I know, he didn't know me because I didn't know him. His dad showed me his picture of him and his Caucasian wife. The wife did not look happy on the picture. It's the same way a picture looked about another Caucasian dude that I briefly dated. And he showed me a picture of his wife. She had that same miserable look on her face, and they did not work out. And the way the wife, his woman treated him, it was a disaster, and it matches to how she looked on that picture. So when Daniel Riley showed me his son's picture, and Daniel Riley's son was smiling as big as he was smiling, just like my ex Kyle was, and the wife looked miserable, like she hated his fucking guts. They both gonna be doing the same shit. That's why God already let me know, because I said it on here that I was hurt about how he was trying to turn his dad against me, because his dad was actually helping me out more than he helped any person out, because he a pimp. So the pimp was trying to live up to his name in Portland from these other raggedy niggas. They saw that he was spending more time with me and helping me out and shit. They didn't like that. They was like, no, we is not finna let that happen. So they went trying to they sent his own son, and his son, Daniel told me about his son. His son wasn't there when he really needed him, and now his son want to pop up out the woodworks talking shit about a black bitch, a melanated queen, and then tell somebody something bad about me. He was saying that I was a witch and saying that I was doing witchcraft over him to make him do that. I don't do that kind of stuff. That's part of the reason why I refuse to cook for him, so nobody could say I probably put some shit in his food. I don't do that nasty ass shit. I don't have that kind of heart. I wouldn't even do that to my enemy. That's filthy. If I'm gonna fuck you up, I'm gonna do it with my hands. I ain't gotta add no motherfucking potions and no shit. Or I'll just pray to God to get your ass. The vengeance side, like the vengeance is his, says the Lord. They say allegedly in the Bible, but it is. The Most High Gods, because it naturally karma comes around. The wheels on the bus go round and round and round. I was thinking about saying the wipers on the bus because of my son. We was singing that song, and that song is so MF and true. Don't you realize how some nursery rhymes are kind of like poems and spells, like ashes to ashes, we all fall down. Ring around the rosy, pocket full of posies. Ashes, ashes, we all fall down. And then there's the other one that said, life is but a dream. You know that boat song? Some of the nursery rhymes sound like spells or poems too. And some poems are spells, different versions of spells, like haiku poems. We learned all that in school, but they wanted to teach us that slightly magic shit, but they didn't want to teach us the real deal, the real shit we need to know. Like in school, they want to teach us stuff that'll take us down the path that they want us to be distracted to go down, for the ones who wasn't smart enough to catch on by a certain age about what was really going on. Because some children actually be woke and the teachers put the children back to sleep. Some of the teachers do that intentionally. I know it because I've had teachers do that. I was left-handed when I was born. Then it was switched. A teacher forced me to use my right hand, and that's how I became ambidextrous. And it's even proven on my recent test that I took, the in body in scan test, where my weight distribution was all just about equal. It was like 1 or 2% off than usual, than the average person. It's not as that equal, allegedly, according to what that trainer said. And it's on the paperwork. I still have it. And I told him what I did, I told him the same story. And then he gave me this weird look. Um, because the muscle use was about equal in both um, arms and hands on both sides of my body. And then I found out something about people that said people who were born with their left hand were witches. Well, maybe in a past life I was, baby, but I'm not an evil witch. If I'm considered a witch now, I'm not an evil one. I'm not one that be wicked and just do stuff just to dictate somebody's life because I want to show them who's boss and have power over their life. I don't do shit like that. That's beneath me, if you ask me. I don't have to waste my motherfucking time doing all that ratchet shit like these peasants out here doing. These peasants in high places. These principality peasants in high places. That they stole and cheated their way to get up there. So yeah, about this son. The son slightly resembled this guy just a little bit. So it could have been the son that was in the store because he was gang stalking. And the reason why I brought this stuff up is because on the recent Spiritual Advisor LLC reading, she said somebody was going to be mad and realize that they married a gang stalking witch. That shit made me bust out laughing. I don't know why it made me laugh so hard. But it was just the way she said it too, and they was gonna be mad. Like, you married a gang stalking witch, ha ha. And that's exactly what one of these ex dudes I dated. That's what his wife turned out to be, based off what the actions she took and the chaos she put him through. It was kind of his payback too, though, because he mistreated other women in the past, so it caught back up with him with the women that he was happy with and he decided to stick with. And those dumbass dudes, they stick with that type of woman for the longest, but they get rid of and mistreat the better woman. I mean, not the better woman, the woman that was better, that treated him better. I was gonna say better to him, but actually treated him better. He got rid of her ass and act like she has so many problems. Quick, he left her ass. That's what they had Daniel Riley do. Even though Dan Riley was an older ass nigga, but I was giving him a chance because I was like, okay, he was being genuine. He was becoming his genuine self. He abandoned and neglected everyone else. All of a sudden, he loved being around me. And when people saw that he wasn't coming around them no more, they tried to turn him off from being with me. And then they made him, and I said it was probably his own son that put that spell work on him. But come to find out, it could have been his wife that did it. Because you'll never know these days, y'all. I know I sound crazy as fuck saying that shit, but that's how my mind worked now after seeing years and years of all kind of shit take place. And it sounds like it's not normal and not right, but it's exactly what is going on. So just keep that stuff in mind. Like, you don't have to be freaked out or nothing. Just take note and keep it in the back of your minds like as something to like refer to in the future should another situation come up. You could be like, hold on, this kind of look off, like something look like it's fishy going on around here. Something's fishy about this, something suspicious about this. Let me take note of this and keep it in my mental folder to refer back to, just in case I have some other clues. It's almost like Blue's Clues. You get all the clues and you add the shit up and you get the full story. All right, y'all. So I think I said enough. I'm making sure I covered everything because that you can see how long this video was. The other one would have been even longer. It's like 34 minutes. It would have probably been about an hour because this one is 30 something minutes too. 35, 55 right when I put the timer up. So let me get off here because this mug long too. Sorry about that. But yeah, hopefully this information is helpful to people and it gets you to realize, I wasn't trying to be mean. I was actually trying to be real. And actually real people, they're the ones that a lot of people don't like at first, but later on you get respected. And I'd rather be respected than liked, because a lot of motherfuckers that like you, they really hate your fucking guts.